One of my new favorite things is to watch my Monteverde Monza fill up with fountain pen ink. Try and give it some encouragement. Oops, I went the wrong way. Oh boy. I am turning the knob to give it some encouragement to move down towards the nib. Get it completely crazy saturated and then suck it back up. Alright, now that I have it completely saturated, I can begin my day. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Marilyn Darling Show. Today is the 25th of September 2019, and today we're looking at Taccia Murasaki Purple, and this is what it looks like. It is a purple ink. We're into the purples, folks. We're almost done. We've only got about a week to go, and I will be continuing on with my mission, but hopefully you guys will stick around for more of that. I did find it kind of widely available, if you can define it as widely available. Droom Ghouls has it for $12. Anderson Pens has it for $12. They also have 3 ml sample for $1.75. That's a pretty good deal. Van Ness has it for $12. Anderson Pen is $12. Gold Spot, $12. The Nib Smith, $12. Pen Chalet, can you guess? $12. Alright, so let's note to self. Taccia Murasaki, a bottle is $12. Across the board, so that's great. Alrighty then, let's get into the journal. And there's no bleed through on the back. I totally used the back side of this paper. Let's look at yesterday's inks, which came out very flat. So if you're looking for shading, Monteverde Sapphire is not the one. Like, I really looked really hard, and there's barely little to no shading, at least on this Premier Premium Journal. 5.625 by 8.25 inches. It's a very weird number. I don't even know. Let me see. I wonder if it equals something even in centimeters. So it's basically 20 centimeters. 20 centimeters by 14 centimeters, which that makes much better sense. 20 centimeters by... At any rate, no bleed through on the back. You could totally use the back side of this paper. Alright then, let's... I've already made a card here somewhere. We're gonna put this in the bath test and see how it comes out. Let's look at the last couple of days, because I don't remember if I've shown them or not. So I'm gonna try and show them now. I don't know if you can see any of this, but this was Aurora Blue. And it basically disappeared. There was nothing left. And the only reason I can tell that is because I hold it up to the light and it's gone. It's just gone. So, that's on the list. This is Diamond Skull and Roses, and you can kind of read it a little bit, but I wouldn't put it through the post. This is... I can't even tell. Oops, it's upside down, no wonder. This is Monteverde Sapphire. This is yesterday's. And you can kind of see the little bit of blue in there, but not much. So, when you hold it up to the light, there's only a little bit that got left through, so I would not use this on a postage. Okay, so now let's get into the Hewlett Packard 24-pound 90-gram copy paper. And this is what it looked like on the 90-gram copy paper. This has some kind of blue coming out in it. We're going to see that in the visual journal for sure. This one's going to be crazy looking. According to the pictures I've seen, it's going to be amazing. So, oh, this is the construction paper. This is how it looked on the construction paper. Let's do a comparison. This one has a little bit more of a creamier look to it, a warmer hue than this white, but they're very similar and they're very beautiful. I love Taccia Murasaki. There's like very slight amount of shading, not like enough to write home about though. Alright, and there's no bleed through on the back of these papers. I would totally use the back side of these papers. Let's look at the Mead 10.5 by 7.5. And this is what it looks like on this one. Let's do a comparison. It does darken on the Mead a little bit, but that's okay. And there's no bleed through on the back side of this paper. I would totally use the back side of this paper. Right. Moving right along, CVS Caliber notebook, 6 inches by 4 inches. And this is what it looked like on the CVS Caliber notebook. There's really not a whole lot of shading here, unless you guys can see something that I can't see. Like maybe a little bit of shading, but really not enough to write home about. So, oh, and there's no bleed through on the back. I would totally use the back side of this paper. Alright, let's get into the Walmart 3x5. And this is what it looked like on the Walmart 3x5. Not a whole lot of shade. There's maybe a little tiny bits of shading up on the tops, but like not enough to write home about. And there's no bleed through on the back. I would totally use the back side of this paper. Now we're going to move on to the Fabriano Eco Qua 85 GSM. And this is what it looks like on here. It does have some very subtle shading. I mean, talking like super tiny amounts of shading. You can see where it comes out kind of purpley blue on the very tops of the characters. And like right over here, it has a little bit of shading. Right there's a little bit of shading, but not much to write home about. And there's no bleed through. I would totally use the back. A little bit of ghosting, but that's normal. Now let's move into Clairefontaine. Clairefontaine. 6.5 by 8.25. This is 90 gram. And this is what it looked like on this page. Let's see if we can get in here close. You can definitely see a little bit of shading in there. If you're really looking, you can find some. Like, not really enough to write home about. And there's no bleed through on the back of this paper. I would totally use the back side of this paper. Alright, now let's get into the last but not least. Let's take just a quick look at yesterday's ink. Really close. Because this is freaking crazy. Look at that. Wow. I think we're going to see something similar to that today with this ink, because I think it's going to do almost exactly the same thing. Alright, now I'm going to do a hyperlapse for this one, and hopefully that will come out alright. I hope that this was cool for some of you to watch. That is all for today, so thank you all for watching. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what you thought of this ink, and if you think it's one of your favorite. We're getting into the purples, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting near the end of the month, so some of my favorite times are with purple. So, have a great day. Okay, love you, bye.